Also, AMFM, 247.com. Tune in, iTunes. Get a hold of us online at JiggyJaguar.com. We have got a great guest joining us today here on the telephone. Go ahead and give us a brief introduction on yourself, my friend. Tell us what about yourself, and let's get this rolling.
Hi. Okay, well, my name is Elle Vance. I am a Canadian living in Texas, San Antonio, and I have a new country single out called Destined to Be, and shortly, if everything goes well, the EP album also titles Destined to Be.
Fantastic. So talk to us a little bit about your musical background and how you got into the music business.
Oh, okay. Well, I've always been singing, writing my whole life, but it was just on, cleaning around the house or stuff like that, And it wasn't until I started writing a book called The Beauty of Life that I really felt compelled to put a song in there. And that is kind of what got me down the rabbit hole of learning music and how to create it and just getting the song that I heard in my head out to the public. So that's kind of how I started, and it really was a great foundation for me to learn from and kind of go with this new venture with country music and Destined to Be.
Fantastic. So you're an independent artist. What is some of the most common myths about independent artists, and can you debunk it?
Oh, my goodness. Well, there's still a lot that I'm learning about independent artists, but I think the biggest misconception is that it's just really easy, I just threw this together. And no, it isn't. It's a lot of hard work and scheduling with, other musicians and then, of course, learning the business apart from the art, getting it promoted and out there and heard is a whole other can of worms. So I think a lot of people think it's a lot easier than it is, but it's definitely a huge learning process.
Fantastic. We've got Elle Vance with us today. The website, ELLE-VANCE.com, elle-vance.com. She joins us today here on the telephone, here on the Sunday radio broadcast, talking about this brand new piece of business called Destined to Be, which is coming spring of this year. So tell us about the inspiration behind Destined to Be. What's the story behind this song?
Okay, so I have been born and raised in Alberta, Canada, which is like the Texas of Canada. And so with that said, there's always country music in the elevator, in the radio station, in the car, you name it. So once upon a time, I was in my car sitting in traffic listening to country radio station, and I just thought to myself, like, man, this song sucks. I could do a better song than this. And I just started writing a song about my Alberta environment, and then I got to the middle of the song, and I was just like, well, I don't really know how to finish it, and the green light's going, and, so I just thought, whatever, I'll just, if it's destined to be, I'll finish it when I finish it, right? And then last year, my husband was just like, have you heard Beyonce's new country album? You got to check it out, this technical. And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I listened to it, and about 30 seconds in, I just kind of had like this click in my head where I was just like, I can write a better song than this. And it's not to knock her at all. Like, I actually kind of like the song, but it's just something I thought in my head. And it just kind of like, my brain just took me back to the car in Alberta. And I just started writing. And then I kind of more or less had the first part of the song done, albeit I didn't know that it was something I had remembered. It was just, I really just forgot about that time in the car. It really didn't occur to me that I had written the first part, about a week later when the memory started kind of jogging in. But writing the second portion of the song was for my husband. So I knew that, he's really Mr. Country, and I really wanted to do something special for his birthday. but I got tired of buying him like boots and hats. And I really wanted to get him something that he couldn't buy himself, something really special. So I wrote Destined to Be for him. He was the inspiration.
Fantastic. We have got Elle Vance with us today. She joins us live here on our big broadcast. So how does this song reflect your personal journey or experiences?
Well, the first part of the song is, how I'm an Alberta girl. It talks about the environment of Alberta, the country life, and having a Chilean upbringing, it wasn't very accepted to live this gringo kind of lifestyle. Or, we were taught at a very young age to stay as Chilean as possible, So I kind of just never really did the whole country thing too much, like it was something that I heard all the time, and I knew I could sing country, but it was not something that I was, it was just not acceptable in our culture. So I just kind of was there in the background. But it's always been something I love to do, and now that my husband is, really pushing me into this, I'm just kind of like, you know what? Screw societal norms, screw my cultural norms. I'm just with it, and so here I am.
Fantastic. elle-vance.com is the official website. So what was the creative process like for this track? Did you write it solo? Did you have a collaboration with others? How did this all work for you?
Okay, so I wrote it pretty much on my own. I had the melody, I had the words, I had the lyrics. Putting the music to it was a different circumstance. So I went online. I found a musician here in San Antonio to help me do the musical arrangement. And, just working together on that, it was, the result that we got, Destined to Be. And we had such a great working relationship that when it came to, continuing on with more music and an album, it just felt like super comfortable just to continue working with him. Like, he got my vibe. I really love his talent, and I'm just really super excited to just not showcase my own voice, my own message, but to showcase his as well, because I think he's just an amazing musician.
Fantastic. Elle Vance with us today here on the Sunday radio broadcast. How does Destined to Be differ from your previous work?
Oh, okay. So with The Beauty of Life, which is a song that I attached to the book, I didn't want it per se to fit in any particular genre because the book itself is very universal. So I didn't want it to be like country per se or hip hop or any specific targeted genre, Whereas with Destined to Be, it's about my journey living in Alberta, coming to Texas, for love, for marriage and love and all that. So I think that's where it differs. I really wanted to keep it very country. Again, it was a gift for my husband, my country-loving husband, so I did want to go in that avenue. And I love it. Ultimately, at the end of the day, I am a storyteller. And country is one of those genres where you can really tell a good story, and you can really feel the pain or the happiness. It's all about the soul that you can really capture in it. I really just think with the storytelling and capturing the soul within the voice, it's really beautiful. And so I really wanted to stick with country in regards to this.
Fantastic. It is Elle Vance. She's with us today. The song has a strong country feel. What musical influences shaped its sound?
I definitely wanted to go with guitar. I do like a more rock kind of feel to country. Growing up in the 80s listening to country, it was different. It was a different type of country. You had a lot more kind of like a banjos in it, whereas now it's evolved a lot more into rock, alt country, even hip hop country. So definitely a little bit of a sound there influenced by my 80s country music, because that's when it really started to influence me, and listening to it as I was growing up. And I really hope that I can and I have captured that within the song and within the album. So me personally, I think country is gritty, raw, wild, like the countryside it is, very unpredictable. And so I really wanted to kind of stick with that. I instead of singing from my head, I go from my diaphragm. I belt it out so it comes out a lot grittier and raw than, let's say, if I would singing more in a falsetto. Because again, country is raw, and it's meant to feel, the perfections and its flaws, because that's what life is.
Fantastic. It's Elle Vance. She's with us today here on our big broadcast. You're going to listen to us live at JiggyJaguar.com. What was your reaction the first time you heard the final version of the song?
Oh my God. I loved it. It's still kind of weird hearing my voice outside of my head, when it's on a recording, but I really loved it. But it didn't really matter what I thought about it. What mattered was what my husband thought about it, because it was a gift for him, right? Now, this man loves to talk. He's a talkative kind of man. And when I presented it to him, he was speechless, and that's a win. I'm really happy with the result. I'm really happy about his support in my venture here, and that he has continued to support me and motivate me to continue making more songs.
Fantastic. It's Elle Vance. She's with us today here on our Sunday radio broadcast. Who produced the track, and what was it like working in the studio?
Well, I used the same musician that had helped me do the musical arrangement to do some of the producing there, the mixing, the mastering, all that, fun stuff. Working with him was again, great. I have no complaints. Jesse's a great guy, and so I just continue working, hoping to work with him and continue to make great music.
Yes, indeed. It's Elle Vance. Elle Vance is with us today, elle-vance.com. She joins us today here on our big program. So this track, Destined to Be, it is an incredible piece of business. Did you face any challenges in recording or producing this song?
No, not really. I think it came really fluid. Like, I had a vision of how I wanted it in my head, and again, I met such an amazing musician that really just took my lead and really just understood the feel of the song and projected that within the music. And so, I think because we had such a great working relationship with the first track, Destined to Be, that when it came to that decision of, do I want to keep making more songs, creating more songs, it was just really easy to be like, yeah, because I had somebody there that was able to match what it is that I was wanting to put out. And so, no, I had no really challenges other than maybe conflict of schedule. We both had families that we had to, we have responsibilities for. But apart from that, no, not at all.
Fantastic. Elle Vance with us today. So we're going to do this. We're going to put you on a brief hold here on the telephone, and we are going to go to the track. We are going to play Destined to Be, and Elle Vance with us today. She joins us here on our big program.
Well, I'm an Alberta girl from way up north, with a country folk work and the oil flows forth, and you find them all lying dancing at Verities. They drive pickup trucks and wear tight jeans. They got the coolest boots you ever did see, chatting all about how they like to ride their favorite steed. Now
That is Elle Vance, Destined to Be, and she joins us live here on our big broadcast. So as we wrap up here with you, Elle, what is next for you as an artist?
Right now, my biggest goal is to finish up the album. I just have one more song to record, and yeah, I guess that's it for now. Just get this out, and then from there, work on new music. But, baby steps.
Fantastic. Well, you are amazing. Thank you for
Thank you.
making as much time for us as you have. And we look forward to chatting with you very soon, my friend. And thanks for being on with us.
Thank you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate being on. And look out, Destined to Be, the album is coming out as well. And you are going to love it.
So before we let you go, how do we get in touch with you online, social media, buy your music, all that?
Oh, well, you can buy my music on my website. Streaming, it's on all platforms. If you want to add a video to dancing along with it or whatever, you can do so on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. If you want to find me on Instagram, it's ellvance1. I have my social media links on my website as well. Facebook, Elle Vance, SoundCloud, Elle Vance. I'm everywhere.
Good stuff. Well,
Yeah.
Elle, we really appreciate you making time for us today. Thanks for coming on the big broadcast. Enjoyed the tune, and we will definitely talk to you soon. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your Sunday.
So thank you so much. I appreciate it, and I really wish you a wonderful, happy Sunday as well. And enjoy the big game today.
Definitely. Thank you, my friend. We got more coming up on the other side of the big game.